All right, let's keep it rolling. Show your love for Frank Sentwali.
Thank you, Bao, for awakening me from my literary slumber. It has been a long, long time, which is interesting because I teach kids how to write every week, but somehow I don't. So, this piece is called Godfather, Your Winter Was an Ice Age, Spirit Message to Gil Scott-Heron. I was too young to remember at less than a year old, but apparently there was a beautifully brutal winter in America in 1974. My godfather sang me about it through a poem once I became affluent with rage. 40 years later, I regret to say Godfather Gil had made a mistake. There is no summer that ever comes during an ice age. And the only warmth is in the heart of the compassionate warriors who chisel through the ice in search of children to thaw. So while most watch Obama try to hope his way through office, I watch a class of hopeless youth try to dodge a coffin. One young man wearing the uniform of hopelessness wrote a masterpiece of awful tales of doing the unlawful, but when he spoke life into it, I saw him soften. So I told him he could make it after all he's taken. And his response was, "What do you do when you're born into a gang and your parents run the crew? Cousins, uncles, aunts, and siblings too." So his pants barely rest above his thigh, and there's ice in his eye, and he's not afraid to fly, but he's afraid that he'll die if he tries, so there's ice in his eye to hide the fire in his soul. He's wise enough to make food and water out of dirty fallen snow, but no one will ever know that, and it's just a matter of time before he blows, and we're all gonna suffer, because now the next Malcolm X is face down in the snow. He won't even get the chance to go to prison and grow. There'll be tears and shots fired at his funeral. It's so cold, it's so cold, it's so cold, it's so old, it's so old. But Gil Scott-Heron told it was winter in America in 1974, and Walter Scott left a video update that corrected Gil's mistake. America is in an ice age. Our collective consciousness is in a frozen vegetable-like state, and we, word-wielding warriors of compassion, coded irate, wail wildly like all we have is the wind to amplify our cries, but the wind into which we howl is bitter. It causes the body of the whiteys on the moon to shiver, and when he gets uncomfortable and puts on that jacket, another Aunt Sarah buries another black kid, and now the next Tupac is face down in the snow. I guess he said it true, that is, the hate you give little infants fucks everybody. And nobody's listening because nobody knows what to say. And the few who know what to say don't know what to do. And the ones who know what to do are so afraid of losing any digits to the frostbite, they defend the money, the equality, the freedom, and the truth with their lie. Because Godfather Gil told me if they really knew the truth, why would they tell you? It's so cold, it's so cold, it's so cold, it's so old, it's so old. But Gil Scott-Heron told it was winter in America in 1974, and me, I keep putting my face in the book trying to escape the dark days, only to be reminded every day of Godfather Gil's mistake. America is in an ice age. And that sucks, because I hate the winter. Even while trudging in the boots of a patriot, oh, it's all starting to make sense now. My home is where the hatred is. But I can't save these kids with hatred, so it might not be such a bad idea if I never went home again. But I've learned through the voices of unfertilized seeds in an unthawed ground that it would be an awful idea if I never read a poem again, so I let my spirit flame like the end of the blunt resting in the next Gil Scott-Heron's mouth, as it hangs low like his pants and his hope. I listen to him spit fire and he melts the snow. I listen to her scream with hot breath and all of a sudden she's not so cold. I listen with my heart and my spirit stays whole, because after the ice age will be the dawn of a new bloom and a new humanity can grow, and it will be an ice age no more, because through the kids, there will be winter in America no more.